Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Ben Affleck or his friend, should I say, baby, you should be ringing the alarm. What am I talking about? It looks like what our eyes showed us on the premiere of A Shotgun Wedding with all the blind items from Crazy Days and Nights, and what anybody with two eyes would actually realize is actually true. Ben Affleck is back to drinking, even so much as him showing up at the Grammys, literally looking drunk as a skunk. We have a little bit of that video. We're going to talk about it because in that video, J-Lo literally turns to Ben Affleck and says, "You promised you wouldn't get drunk tonight." To which Ben just like teeters back and forth. Y'all, let's get into this because we need to ask, is this a healthy environment for anyone? Is it a healthy environment for the kids? Is it a healthy environment for life? The fact that Ben Affleck looks like he's back on the bottle. Now, listen, I know there's a lot of things said about Ben Affleck. Anybody struggling with addiction should be getting help. Let's talk about what's being said, and then let's talk about actually what actually is. First of all, what's being said. A lot of people are blaming Jennifer Lopez for Ben Affleck going back to drinking, saying that the pressure of stardom is too much for him and she needs to be more understanding. One, let's look at what's happening in the Grammys. First of all, everybody says that Ben looks like he's in pain. Ben looks bored. Ben looks this. To anybody that's actually dealt with people that have addiction, Ben looks like he is either in withdrawal or he is fighting because he just wants to take that Dom Perignon and go chug-a-lug-a-lug-a-lug. He looks like he is drunk as a skunk. Jennifer Lopez even said to him, "You promised you wouldn't get drunk tonight." So where does that leave us? Ben's out at the Grammys. It'd be easy to literally just attack J-Lo saying, "How could you?" And there is some valid criticism. If you know that your spouse has addiction issues, not just drugs, I'm sorry, no, Freudian slip. It's rumored to be drugs, but definitely alcohol, definitely gambling, all these different vices. Why on earth would you bring him out to the Grammys where there's a camera in his face exasperating issues, where he is surrounded by alcohol and surrounded by people with many other people with many addiction issues that are indulging in them? Why, I ask you, would you bring him there? Why? It's not a healthy place for a recovering, relapsing person. If he is relapsing, right? If what we see is true, and if the blind items are true, it's just not a healthy place. Okay, fine. And why's been there? And this is where I say, okay, this can't all be J-Lo's fault, because why's been there? Because this relationship is good for both of their careers. Now, we know what J-Lo's motivations are because she loves the glitz, she loves the glamour. Give me more. Give me more. Give me. She loves it. She barely even complains about it. She loves it. And that's fine unless she's honest with who she is. But you know who isn't honest? Ben Affleck. He tries to act like he hates all this, but he just hates when it gets out of control. He hates when the cameras are on him and they show your vices. Ben made a decision to marry J-Lo. He knows who J-Lo is. After 20 years, she has not changed. Ben married J-Lo because he thought it would be a good move for his career. Just like he left J-Lo at the altar because he thought it would be bad for his career. Ben, at the end of the day, only cares about Ben. Now, that might sound harsh to say. I'm sure, you know what, let me revise that. That sounds harsh to say. I'm sure he cares about his children. I'm sure, he's not a monster. He probably even cares about J-Lo's children. But when it comes to Ben and J-Lo, if those are the only two people around, Ben only cares about Ben. He married J-Lo because it was good for his career. He thought she finally, after 20 years, was a good look. J-Lo is compulsively obsessed over Ben, but more importantly, she's obsessed with a fairy tale ending. She's obsessed with a dream. The love she wants, I don't know, does it exist? Or even if it does exist, does it have any longevity? Why would you take somebody recovering to the Grammys? You know he relapsed at your premiere. There's video all over the place. Some of y'all didn't want, not y'all, but some people didn't want to admit it and said they could be talking about anything, to which I said, how old are y'all? And have y'all had any interactions with humanity? But let's actually talk about Ben's responsibility now. Because we finished dragging J-Lo, and yeah, she does hold, but what about you, Ben? You are a grown man. And even as a grown man, you still have everyone blaming J-Lo for your issues, for your shortcomings. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody has shortcomings. Having shortcomings is nothing to be ashamed about, right? We can sit there and laugh and joke. Everybody has shortcomings. Every single person. That is nothing to be ashamed about. But what you should really internally take a note, a litmus test on, is how you push your problems off on another person. I was in a good mood until you. I did this until... Really, Ben? Remember when he dragged Jennifer Garner, saying she was the reason he was relapsing? Because of all the pressure, and he didn't want to be in the marriage, but he had to be there for the kids. And Jennifer was like, boo, and promptly left him. Now let's look at J-Lo. What's your excuse now, Ben? J-Lo's not around. Jennifer Garner's not around. She's not putting any pressure on you. She's happy in a committed, functional relationship. And here you are making the same moves, the same habits, the same everything. You guys, Ben and Jen are going to be in a rock. So let's also not forget that hardly any of Ben's friends or family came to the wedding. What does that mean? That while things are going good between Ben and J-Lo, right? Why things are going good with Ben and J-Lo, we can 100% believe that the friends still don't like it. And when things are going bad, because Ben is a professional victim, he's a professional baby, all of the friends will blame J-Lo, saying she's not good for him. And Ben, like a baby, will be like, wah, 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 save me. When the real truth is, no one forced Ben Affleck to leave Jennifer Lopez at the altar. Nobody forced him to stay married with Jennifer Garner. Nobody forced him to cheat on Jennifer Garner with the babysitter. No one forced him to marry J-Lo. Nobody forced him to push a blended family before the kids could even get used to the idea that you were dating someone new. No one forced you to do that. You did it on your own accord. And what do? As soon as things go bad with J-Lo, you run and you hide and you blame everybody except for whose fault it is. If you even want to assign fault, these are the consequences of your decisions, Ben. And the consequences of your decision had you at the Grammys looking like you were either relapsing or you were trying to get sober all at the same time, looking oh so miserable. And why were you at the Grammys? It's not because J-Lo wanted you there. J-Lo can't make you do anything. You proved that when you left her. It's because you wanted to be there, because it's good for your career, but you're also self-destructive. Every time things start going too good, too smoothly, too anything, you start self-destructing. So here we are. It hasn't even been 6 months since you guys got married. Maybe it has been about 6. You're back to drinking. J-Lo's trying to front for everybody because, like she said, her whole identity is wrapped up in this relationship. You are the one that simultaneously, her first big love, the one that got away, and the one that destroyed her and broke her down to the white meat. Literally. You are the one she pines for. You are the one that nourishes her. And you are, at this point, the one that also destroys her. And now you're going to do the same Ben Affleck thing. Only the difference is, unlike before 20 years ago when it was just you, now there are children involved. Now there are people outside of you and J-Lo. Now there are kids that have paparazzi with cameras in their faces, right? People giving commentary, myself included. Now you have dragged 5 innocent people into your whirlwind, and you're forcing them to blend families when it is obvious to everyone that Ben, 1, needs to go to rehab, and 2, who knows if they're even going to survive a year. You guys, I don't know. It's looking dire. It's not even funny anymore. They are officially on divorce watch. I hope they can pull through. I hope Ben gets the help he needs. But one of the things that we will see in the coming weeks, Jennifer Lopez and her feel good. Oh my God, did you guys know this is happening? That is happening. All this stuff is happening. Yeah, okay, J-Lo. Because at the end of the day, you want a fairy tale. You want Ben to be your knight in shining armor, but Ben is the troll underneath your bridge in life. He is your destruction. He is your downfall. And it doesn't look like you're much healthier for him. You guys, but at the very least, It's just not conducive. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. There are blind items. It looks like it was right. Everybody can laugh. Ben is going through something. He should have never showed up at the Grammys. J-Lo should have never tried to force him to come to the Grammys. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.